This video will help county staff to send a broadcast email. First thing we need to do, so there are two steps of sending an email. One is we need to create an email list who we're going to send the email to, and second, we send the email. Now, if we already have an email list that has been created, or perhaps we have one from an outside source, maybe we have an email list in Excel or such, we can skip step one and proceed to step two. But we will start from scratch, so we will click on the email tab and email list, and here are previously created email lists. So let's say this shooting sports list, maybe that was created 6 months ago. If I wanted to send a new email to current shooting sports members, I would click sync list. That would update the list, and I would then be able to go and to the mail program and submit an email. But in order to create a new list, we click email list, and we want to give this list a name. And we are going to send this email to our health and wellness members in our county. So we've given it a name. We're going to add a filter, and we can select everybody in a particular club. We can select adult or youth, project type. So we want to go ahead and select a project type. Let's go ahead and select, and you can select multiple project types if you want, but in this case we're going to go ahead and select our health and wellness. And one more filter, we are going to select enrollment status, everybody who is currently active or in pending status. So this, if we want to add one more, let's go ahead and add one. We're going to say everybody who is a youth in our county. So anyone who meets this criteria, a youth who is active or pending in health and wellness program. If we have additional emails, we can manually type some in here. Could enter as many emails there as you'd like. You can also copy and paste emails into there. Once we have our criteria established, we click Save, and that saves the report. And then we also have to sync the list, and that will save it and update the list, and basically sends the list to the mail program. Sometimes it does take a minute or two. Once the email is synced, then we're done with step one. So step two is to actually send the email. We go to the mail program, and a new email or an email, each time we send an email, it's called a campaign. So here we access the campaign or email program. Here's listed all of the campaign's emails, and this does display all emails throughout the state. And we can delete those that we don't want to be visible if we want. If we have some, we can search for my county, and I can go ahead and hide those or archive them if I'd like to do so. And that just removes visibility. So anyway, let's go ahead and create a new campaign or a new email. Over here, new campaign button. And there are 5 steps. Number 1 is to give our campaign a name. So right here, edit name. Let's go ahead and call this demo. And this is not what the member sees. This is just simply so that I, as a county staff, know what this email is about. So demo county, we'll call it a health fair. We're having a health fair, health seminar. Email and save. Okay, and then we want to give a subject, and this is what the member will see. We're going to say, I don't know what we want to call it. Come join our 4-H seminar on wellness. Save. From, and this might be from Demo County. It could be from whoever, your name or whatever you want to put as who it's from. And then the email address as far as who it's from has to be zsuite.org. That's our only option. And everybody will use that same address. Click Save. Again, there's 5 steps. Content is where we design the email. And there are way more options than probably what we need. But some counties will get really creative and create a lot of fancy newsletters and documents, and that's fine. Others of us might be a little more simplistic. We can, once we create a template that we like, we can save it, and then our saved templates would be over here. And then in future references, we could just use our saved template. Let's go ahead and create one. I'm going to go ahead and just select a basic template. And I can add images. I can add PDF, whatever I need to do. But let's go ahead and I don't need an image there. Just going to delete that field. And I can type I can enter text here. Enter the text of your email. You can drag and drop an image, and over here, once you're done with the design of your email, you can preview email. See what it's going to look like. That's what it's going to look like on a phone. Here's what it looks like on a desktop. So once you are happy with the design of your email, go back to the designs, back to the campaign setup rather, and we continue. The next step and final step is to select our contact list. And here is where we would select our contact list that we just created. Now, if we didn't want to do that and we wanted to manually enter a list, we could create a new contact list. And that's where we would manually enter a list of names. Let's say that I have a list of emails from Excel, and I could just copy and paste them in and send my list that way. But in this case, I don't want to do that. I want to send it to my pre-designated list. Let me get back to it. So we come down here, and I've selected my county health fair. The list that I just sent tells me how many emails are going to be sent. I don't have very many people in the demo county, and that's why it's pretty small. And we can schedule our email to be sent, or we can go ahead and send it now. Click there, and it is going to say, are you sure you want to send it? And we say yes, and it will be sent. And that is it. And hopefully this is helpful. Let us know if you do have any questions.